Never mind, we're back. You haven't done a proper start yet. Who are you?
I'm Craig from Dynotorque. This is my RX8 K24 Turbo. Morning.
Is it a real morning? It's not like
it
you.
is. Oh no, it's not so bad. I was here before 9 this morning.
I know, I was shocked.
Which is unusual really, but you know. Late till late's my work day.
Yeah.
So, paint day. Hopefully Gaz is waiting for us.
Gaz is keen. But no, since the last one, look, you've got a roll cage in there.
Yeah. So, Webby from Cruxworx come and did a few bends for me. Did a real nice job, but it proper tucked in.
I think he's known as a bender, any old Webby.
No, steady. Strongest man in the world.
Webby, your bender.
Wanted quite a simple cage, didn't want loads of bars, just make it safe basically. So just basically 6-point with a harness bar and some low side bars. We've had to chop all the seat boxes out because obviously Nate doesn't fit.
Because you're a giant.
Yeah.
Look how big you are compared to your dad.
I know.
Actual giant.
So we've had to chop all that out, put seat box in, so at least we can get the seats in low. So that was a bit of a last minute panic because obviously as everything is.
Bit like your drag racing steering wheel that you've got here.
Yeah, we just realised we need to be able to steer it, so it's nothing worse than pushing a car back and steer it on the wheel.
It's basically F1 that is.
Yeah.
They don't like a round wheel, do they?
No, so hopefully, I think it's ready for paint.
So yeah, on the trailer, and then you two are off for a couple of days at Gaz's.
Yeah, the plan is...
I was advertised as one.
It's definitely not one, Nate. Calm down. One day.
So we're going to paint up to... Basically paint the bay. The bottom side we're going to Raptor. Then paint the inside. I think the plan is, obviously, this is up to Gaz, he's the man. Paint the cage, mask cage, paint the inside, then paint the outside, all the interior.
Red in it. Dynotorque red.
Yeah, it's just going to be bright
The
red.
reddest of reds.
I think he wants to do the cage a different colour, so I'll let him do his thing, you know.
Fluorescent yellow, yeah, that's the colour you do your cage.
Pink. That's where it was pink.
Banging you. I'm going back to do some work, and you two can
Disappear.
off to Gaz's for a couple of days, and I'll see you when it's red.
I mean, he probably at 10 o'clock. He probably has painted a car by now already.
At least one.
Yeah.
Look happy. I'm not. You won't hear anything with that on, don't worry.
No. We're back. So I bought the red one because I like red cars, as you probably know. But it was a really not very nice red.
It wasn't red, like Phil's V10 wasn't black enough, so it had to get painted blacker.
Yeah. The cage on the first day. So
Which is special Gaz grey.
Yep, the same colour
As the E30 inside.
We're going to do it all red, and he's like, "Oh, I really want to do it in contrast." It's like, "Well, you're painting it, you crack on." So, and he's right, you know, it looks really good. So, cage is in. I've done some carpeting, just some like van type stretchy carpet because I don't want
match your auto gearbox, yeah.
Yeah. But look, roof lining, so it doesn't drip on you, Jay.
Well,
you get
mine
like a
looks
wet
like
head
well, you can't even see in there because it's dark, but
because it's carpeted.
well,
But it weighs next to nothing, and it's nice. It just gives it a little bit of coverage, and you don't. It's not when you get your feet and you not slip on it and scratch it, and you know it wants to be sort of a car as well, doesn't it? I mean, it is a track car, but it wants to be nice.
you can make yours into sort of a car. Mine is how it is.
So it's bright red. I mean, bear in mind that is literally straight out of the gun.
Just rub a bit of grit in it, yeah. Take that, Gaz.
Yeah. He'll be moaning because we keep putting stuff on the roof.
Yeah,
We spent about 3 hours taking all the little dents out of the roof because teacups and that, but he's done a really good job. You know, we literally, I'm not a painter prepper, but I flattered it in, Nate it in, got it as good as we can. Josh and him literally went over and fixed all our mistakes and what we'd done wrong, and then basically did this, and it's brilliant. Really happy. And then when we got it back, I've basically got up on a ramp.
That. Oh, here we are underneath then. I'm showing a torch in your eyes.
Normally the camera.
And torch. Anyway, yeah, you've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, so obviously top all got painted, and we previously prepped the floor. Excuse me. And rusted it and etch primered it and painted it, so that's all done. So when it come back now with this is colour Raptor. So
right,
Raptor's
okay.
it's like a bit like bed liner, like an underseal type stuff, but it's tough and it goes on and covers really well. And you can mix in the
colour.
basic body colour into it to give it coating. So all the back end was pretty much done previously.
Yeah.
All powder coated, everything re-zinc coated, whatever we can.
I mean,
all the tank straps done.
Pretty lovely on here.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it's a lot of effort, but you know, if you don't look after these, they will rust away. And okay, it probably won't see salt and much wet now, but once it's got in there, you know, even above the fuel tank, we took the tank out. It was
just. I guess it wasn't even coated at all up there, was it?
No, it's almost like primer. You know, so it wasn't rusty, but it was. There was signs the rust was starting for sure.
Yeah. What else have we got?
So
wheels.
Yeah, wheels and tyres. So Nankang AR1s.
The classic AR1.
They just work, didn't they? I mean,
especially for how much they cost. You can't really go wrong, I don't think.
Absolutely incredible. I don't know if they're the best out there, but certainly for what
they're the best for what I want to spend.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not going to be out there trying to set any records, and they're good, very good value.
You seem to have some of these rotors.
Yeah, they've got a bit of gas on them, unfortunately. They're rotor,
bit of sparkle, metal flake. Yeah.
Something I can't remember what they're called. Those two are used. I bought off Fraser.
Right.
So they're probably curb because he likes smashing them curbs. With real tyres, I'm not 215s like they fit. So there, and I've got two more down here now.
Oh, you bought two matching ones. Wow,
So
you have 4 matching wheels.
Yep. So I'm going to sell the works, not the works, what have I got for it? Volks or Rays, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I've got some nice ones, so they're going to go, and I've got 4 matching ones of these. And if I can't find 2 to match the Enkeys, I might just buy 4 more of these eventually, because I've used Rotor for years and years, and they're very friendly, they're brilliant. You know, never had an issue with them. So,
what's next then? Get engine and gearbox in next.
Engine and gearbox in, battery box, battery cable.
Is it a flywheel on this? I don't know what you call it.
Adapter plate to torque converter.
Yeah, that's come, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so we can have
that's all going to go back together.
Let's go and have a look at that then. Who made that?
Adamat.
Yeah.
Adamat Performance.
Adamat. Okay.
Guy in Poland, so he's built that for me.
Okay, let's get down and have a look.
So it's
Adamat.
Is it Adamat?
Oh, I don't know. Can we read it?
ADAMAT Performance.
Okay.
Adamat. Really good. I mean, we had a slight glitch with the fitting. In like 2 messages, no problem, fixed it, sent a new one out. So really happy with the service. Not retested it, so I think it all fits. But you know, lovely engineering, and actually all do. So I don't think anybody else does K2 Jaguar at the moment.
Right, it is a lovely thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it would have probably been easy just buy a BMW box, but I didn't, so that's that.
What sort of money is these adapter things?
£680.
Right, okay.
Which, you know, with the new flywheel and bolts and ring gear, and it's, you know, there's quite a lump of engineering in that.
It's a lump of metal. It's a lump of metal to start with.
I mean, I don't think how much that is to start off with.
Yeah, big.
You know, and
some pounds.
And the draw, you know, he's had to draw it all up and everything. So that's quite a lot of work, you know. It really is. So I've had the gearbox apart, and basically have to cut the little ECU controller bit out of the
same as you do when you convert a DCT,
yeah,
I
can't
guess.
call it now, the Mechatronics.
Mechatronics.
So basically cut all that out. I bought the little PCB board that goes in, you just solder to it rather than trying to rewire it all. And that effectively links all that through the plug. So when I plug the controller in, the wire, you know, instead of it being controlled there, it's controlled outside.
Right.
That's effectively how it works. So I've got the Turbo Lamic controller for it, which, again, I've told works. This is a little bit of a test. The oil cooler port's a slightly different size on the Jag as well, so I've got to work that out. The bit I've got doesn't fit.
Is this the engine?
Engine. So just K24 A2, A3, can't remember. It's the OK one. It's not the best one, but it's the OK one.
Yeah, I think we've had the engine in the videos before, haven't we? But
I'm not pushing for big thing. I've changed the cams because cams that are in it were a bit rusty.
Just standard cams, have you got fancy one?
No,
okay.
They're K20 cams. I think they're K20 EP3 or something like that. But I measured them. The big lobe's actually slightly bigger, but the small lobes are smaller. So it's almost like it's got more kick.
Right.
Whether that's why they do it, I don't know. So I've put new cams, or used cams, new cam chain, new oil pump, made a baffled sump.
You're saying the baffle sump's not available on these, is it?
No, I think there is now, but it's in American sump, so it's quite simple. I've just made like a little trapdoor.
Right.
So hopefully that'll work. Turbo return into the front here.
Is that a bought thing? Is it you haven't had to make that?
No, I bought that plate and just welded an end fitting on. You can buy them, but they're like 80 quid or something. Well,
yeah, strong money.
Yeah, and when I can make it myself. So the manifold and everything's ready to go on. I think you've already seen that.
Yeah, we just thought we'd come round and get a quick video before you go too far and put the engine in.
I'll lower it down and just...
Oh, you got some fancy bits in the engine bay as well, haven't you?
The engine bay hopefully is almost ready to go back together.
Well, it's going back together by the looks of it.
Heat shielded the tunnel a bit, sort the pipe works out. I cut the panel away because the engine, the rocker sits here, so I've had to trim this back a little bit to clear. So that's all done. Wiper motors in, battery cables through here to a battery post because the battery will be in the boot. There's no space.
What's this fancy thing?
Oh, this is a lovely thing. So it's an oil filter remote because you have to move the oil filter. We probably could leave it down there, but I don't want to because it's right by the turbo. So clearviewfiltration.com.
Okay.
Basically, it's an oil filter housing that has
a glass top.
The oil comes in through here, and you can see a gauze underneath there, so you can see the oil as it runs. But when you stop the engine, you pull this off here, which is just like a little Schrader valve, connect to a little airline or your little compressor, just give it a couple of blasts, and it basically blows your level down. It leaves any sediment or any particles you can see in the gauze. And you can get different filament gauzes for whatever type of thing. So basically, you can like just give it a bad
day out, yeah.
Yeah. I think if you leave it over time, it settles down, but you want to do it quickly, just give that a little blast, blows down, you can see, if there's any sediment or any issues come in, you get real early warning.
It's a big old filter for a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder, isn't it?
I had that on the shelf, so I thought I may as well, and to be honest, it's an old used engine, so
yeah.
There's going to be a bit of crap, so I'll probably run that for the first oil change dyno, then I'll put a little oil filter.
No, I mean the full thing,
right,
it's a beast of a thing, looks like it should be on some sort of dragster.
I think, a lot of the guys, if you watch like American Street Outlaws and that, nearly all them boys run on. And it's a bit overkill, but I really like the idea, and it's something we'll probably use on the LS motors and JZs and stuff like that. Just because of it gives that ability to look, and it's got ports for sensors. You can put your oil temp sensors in.
I suppose you could feed the turbo off it and all sorts, couldn't you?
That's it. There's a little feed under here that you can do turbo feed in filtered oil. So it gives you lots of options. The guys at Cirque have sorted me out with this one. They're Cirque Motorsport, but
how do they import them? Do they?
They import them. They do a lot of stuff. They do like Lucas oils and quite a lot of other stuff. But Driftworks are going to be selling these soon as well, so you'll be able to buy them through there. Which if you're building like particularly drift cars and stuff like that, they're a few £100, which is a lot of money, but it's
cheaper than a bottom end, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just handy to be able to do that, and you can take it apart and clean it out. Because I bought one I had one originally somewhere else. Tailor bits. This is one from Torx, but that's £100 and something by the time you buy it.
Oh, this isn't a clear one.
No, this is just one I was just going to use.
Adapter, is it?
And you put Ains in, which is fine, but I don't need that anymore. No, so that is a little bit more money, but I just think the features it gives you are brilliant, and it looks cool.
It's a beast of a thing.
Yeah. So fans are all in, power steering pipes, nitrile pipes are done ready. Brake pipes are all done.
Have you bled the brakes yet? Or?
No. And I wasn't going to pull any wiring out, I thought there's just no point.
But it seems...
I took the radio amp out, I thought I don't need that, and a few others, and then before I know it...
Yeah, you're pulling wires from everywhere.
Boxes of wires out, and like all this is just scrap, so I've spent a few nights just picking wires out now for no apparent reason. But it just seems silly not to. So I've got to sort out, this is all wiring that needs doing in here, and there's more here, so...
A lot of useless wiring there.
Yeah, the wiring, if anybody's ever worked on Mazdas, they're the most bizarre thing, because they have like a relay that controls a relay that then switches another relay, which they're honestly the most random wiring I've ever seen. So we'll simplify all that. Because these all run off PWM off the ECU.
Okay.
You don't need 4 relays to run two fans, you know.
No, it's tidy that is, isn't it? What were the fans off? I think we discussed it before, didn't we?
There was some Volkswagen
right.
Lupo, or not Lupo, some Volkswagen.
Some VW.
But they're both PWM, so they can come in and you'll probably only need a little one most of the time, but it's
VW,
nice to have.
it's just generic shopping vehicle, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah. Go with the auto gearbox.
To go with your auto gearbox, yeah.
Managed to get the dash back in, that's always an absolute
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
I just split it down the middle. Just cut it
You
down
cheated?
the middle. Yeah, because you can't hook it round otherwise. You end up with big gaps in it, and it's not so. And that worked okay.
Yeah. So you've got your BMW shifter in.
Yeah, fully auto. Go. Stop.
Yeah.
The radio I took out, I thought I don't need radio because it weighs a ton on this because it's like a multi-changer. And then I've also found out that the heat controls run through the radio, so you can't do that.
Right.
So I've had to buy a module now to make that work, so I've got that. Got a footrest for Nate for his feet, so he can...
Is that far enough away?
Well, it will be once it's in.
I can't even see it, it's that far away.
That'll be fine for him.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the centre console back in, just so we've got an armrest to rest, you know, when we're
For your cup of tea?
Yeah. Yeah, put the cup holders back in.
Yeah, you could.
Somewhere to put your phone in it and stuff like that. Seats are in, so they're all done.
Solid.
Miserable.
Yeah.
So, and if anybody moans, I've put the bar that way deliberately. It's not the wrong way, it's how I want it. Because I've put it basically above Nate's head to protect him more, because, you know.
Just squash yourself, you're alright with that?
Yeah, I don't think the miss would be very happy if I squashed him, so I've decided to put it that way, just, you know, because Annie's a lot taller than me, so. Battery box going in the boot.
Nice.
That one I can put all the mega fuse and everything in there, just keep it out of harm's way. Bit bigger than I thought, but you know, it's fine.
In is in.
Yep. Nice BMW.
You're giving the secrets away, yeah?
Cool. Yeah, BMW.
Is it alloy as well?
It is the posh alloy one as well.
Yeah. If you're lucky and order the right 7 series cable, you get a really lightweight alloy cable.
And they are about probably a third of the way to the copper ones.
Easily. They weigh nothing, do they, for what they are?
And they're really good because there's like 3 cores in there. And
they're much cheaper on eBay than buying cable to do it yourself.
Yeah, and if you buy that cable, like proper cable, I'm talking, you know, not like some stuff that will run an amp. It's probably like 50, 60 quid to do that. It's probably more now.
Yeah.
And these are like 40 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll start an LS, a big CC high compression LS, no problem.
Well, they're made for stop start, I suppose, on a new BMW, aren't they?
And you know, anything with a battery in the boot has to cope with long draw and that. So all the boot's done. Jay polished the lights for me.
I did do that.
Because they look miserable. And the headlights.
I mean, they're not the prettiest light in the world, are they? But you know.
What do you mean?
Well, they're a bit
lovely.
Fairground attraction, aren't they? But I suppose that's what they're meant to be like.
It's only because you're stuck in the 80s with your little candles dimming behind some fake
I don't know if it's just me, but I struggle at night now. It's like staring into the welder. Every time someone comes towards me, my lights are all that bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, the modern LEDs are miserable. And you've polished the fronts as well.
I have, and you've just kicked them around the floor for a week since I did it, but you know.
Well, I was going to put some non-xenons in because they're lighter, but I just think...
I'm sure you'd notice the difference. You can take your wipers off as well.
No, I mean, it needs to work, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put them back on. And I think that's about it for this
That's
one.
it. So we got all that in then before you put the engine in?
Yeah, so engine, that will be going in this week, I hope, if it all fits. Pop's gone off to Dave's Mac to be made. 2-piece pop, because it's quite long on this, and the original one's carbon. So a long steel one, they tend to whip and vibrate, so we're not doing that. And I think that's it. I think it's ready for next time. Hopefully it'll have engine in and
Should we have a start?
manifolds. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is ECU here?
No.
Ah.
I just got to quickly make an engine loom and wire it in.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have it running then
And
next time.
exhaust, intake. Well, no, I've done most intake pipes are done somewhere.
They're in the
They're
treasure.
done. Yeah. Right.
See you next time then.
See you lads.